Hello friends of Golf Course Quality Fertilizer. Today we're going to talk about different types of equipment that's used for fertilizing or different stuff, and what's the best and how to set it up. So first off, we want to talk about what's a good quality that a spreader has. Good qualities are that it has pneumatic air-filled tires. That's the same thing, so it's redundant, but air-filled tires. That makes it easier to push through the grass, especially if you come across a hole or a bump or something like that. It will ride over those easier and you'll have less chance of it spilling. Plastic tires are tougher. They're a lot harder to, when you hit a bump, it's just bang, and then you could spill it, or it'll stop you dead in your tracks, and then you might get some fertilizer still continuing to drop out before you shut it off, and you might burn a little spot. So that's what the plastic tires, the difference between those. I also enjoy the ones that are, when I turn it on, it's on, when I shut it off, it's off, kind of the hard system. The wire ones can start to change a little bit more. This one's better than the spring, because the spring has even more parts that can break to it and stuff, but and this is actually a salt spreader here. So those are the couple things. I also like it when they have a 3-hole system in them. It tends to be a lot more uniform, and this would be considered a a fertilizer spreader, 3-hole system. It's going to be more uniform on it, and so that's important. This one is a single, so it's more kind of like the Scott's spreader, even though this is a salt spreader, but that's kind of similar. This is a drop spreader. Drop spreaders I do not use for fertilizing. I do see people use them. It's just too difficult to make it all completely uniform, and to be honest, I don't even know a spreader setting to set it on. I'd have to play with it for a while to figure out with fertilizer. The only time I use a drop spreader is for seed, and typically it's only the seeding that I do around my bed lines or areas that I don't want to accidentally throw seed into another area. And so that's what I'll use a drop spreader for. It's more precise as far as that go, only for seed. So never use a drop spreader for fertilizing, okay? That's a good thing to know. It's just too much work, and it's too hard to make it perfect. You have a lot more flexibility with a rotary spreader. A rotary spreader actually takes and throws the fertilizer out in a distance, and so now you have 3 foot one way, 3 foot another, so you're actually covering 6 foot span, and so it's just going to get more area than your little 1.5 or 2 foot little drop. Okay, and let's see what else. Okay, edge guards. There's really only one edge guard that I will use, and it's the kind that you can actually go and shut the hole off. And so right here you can see a little yellow thing went across there to block that hole, and it doesn't allow fertilizer to throw out actually this side on the left side. So if we have those, it's a much easier, much better process. I see a lot of other homeowner type spreaders that have an edge guard, and all it is a little flap that flops down and it blocks the fertilizer. And so what ends up happening is you get a larger concentration following in a little strip, and if it's the wrong time of year, or you'll just get these little stripes in your yard possibly as well. So I don't like that system, and I don't use it. So I'll actually never use the block one on the spreader edge guard. I'll just use this system, which I feel is a little more accurate and less chance of making mistakes with burning spots. Okay, all right, I think that's it for types of spreaders. Look at the video and see if it works.